It's 12 noon, and it's time now for the Peter Channel New News Report on this Wednesday afternoon, January 18th, 2017. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins here. The time is 12 noon on this Wednesday afternoon here, and we got a temperature of 41 degrees here in Norton here. Today's high is going to be 39 here on the Peter Channel New News Report at 12 noon on this Wednesday afternoon here, and our top story at 12 noon is Earth sets a temperature record for the third straight year in a row. Right now, for hearings of President-elect Donald J. Trump's cabinet nominees are underway in Washington, including two of the most contentious choices. President Obama's decision to commute Chelsea managed sentence from 35 years of time served plus one of the days, so about 7 years in all, is reasonable. After the tumultuous campaign and transition, President-elect Donald Trump will take the oath of office Friday in the least popular incumbent president in at least 4 decades. But the majority of Americans nevertheless express optimism. Back to the boss, and our hearing to the Education Secretary said parents would be allowed to choose where their children attend school. Former President George H.W. Bush, 92, has been hospitalized, and Houston Accord spokesman Bush was taken to Houston Methodist Hospital on Saturday for shortness of breath and has responded very well to treatments, Bush spokesman said. Just over a year after a Nigeria probably declared Boko Haram was all but defeated, its fighter jets mistakenly bombed and kept full of people driven from the nose by the militants. Batala, Iraqi forces has been retaking control of East Mosul from the Islamic State group commander said on Wednesday, 3 months after a huge offensive against the jihadist Bastoni was launched. President Yahya Jammeh was stiffly ruled that the nation 22 years since season of power coup in that the measure despite having lost the December election. Vice President Joe Biden, known for the fans as Uncle Joe, delivered his last major speech before leaving office on Wednesday to Commander Trump administration to send up to Russia. Washington, Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt, President Donald Trump picked to lead the Republican HCS, got a select group of senators on Wednesday allowed to lead an HCD was spending in the much of a career track. Obamacare was a catchy nickname for the 2010 healthcare reform law. Headline Waters, President Barack Obama decided to embrace it with his Republican enemies, quitting the team. A long-running lawsuit against the Secret Service that discriminating against black agents appeared to be coming to an end without a trial. On after this, representing the families of the people abducted in North Korea is requested a meeting with a representing UN Human Rights Office. Venezuela has been progressively introducing new banknotes during the blue years as the country deals with unprecedented inflation. The Iraqi government declared victory in East Mosul as the military prepared to launch a final offensive to retake the densely popular west side of the city. Signs that Kim Jong-un is evident from discovered appeared again recently when he walked to the lip on state television. At least 37 people were killed at the car bomb attack at a military base in the Nova Valley. Foot Police said it would deploy 400 U.S. soldiers and Apache helicopters in Europe as part of the NATO's Operation Atlantic Resolve. President Barack Obama leaves the highest job approval and rating since Trump becoming a president. 60% in ABC News Washington Post poll. The Center of Tennessee published more than 12 million pages of documents online, documents that were previously difficult to access. The federal government is accusing J.P. Morgan Chase of Company of discriminating against minor workers by charging them higher rates on higher mortgage loans. The search is over a private plane that crashed in the lake area, carrying 6 people and is over, Cleveland City officials announced. The Federal Trade Commission announced an antitrust lawsuit against semiconductor manufacturer Qualcomm Incorporated. South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, one of 4 cabinet nominees, expected to be in the hot seat Wednesday amid a flurry of confirmation hearings in the Senate. The State Department gave $500 million to the UN Green Climate Fund just before Donald Trump put as a global woman in Horrocks takes office. In Mansfield, a 32-year-old mother described as a friend to everyone and with infectious laughter been confirming that victim of a Sunday morning's fire fatal crash at North Main Street in Mansfield. Central Falls, a federal grand jury has denied an inmate escape from a private prison and went on before being recaptured days later. Fall River, Iowa College Administrator Laura Douglas will be taken over as president of Bristol Community College in July. Sheriff Tom Hobson of Bristol County signed an agreement with feds on suspected illegal immigrants. More one-bedroom units planned in sister Ann apartment project. Not man on order jail after 5th offensive drunken driving charge. Billionaire investor Wilbur Ross is singling out changes in the nation's free trade agreement with Mexico and Canada on Wednesday. The first Canadian addressed the Commerce firm to lead the Commerce Department and to President-elect Donald Trump. Yeah, Goldman Sachs and Citigroup closed earnings. Season on a good note Wednesday as main U.S. banks saw progress boost by the election victory of Donald Trump, where firms to dismantle financial regulation. Looking at stocks down 46.91 points at 19,779.86, but the S&P 500 up 27 cents at 2268.69. Nasdaq with 3.40 points at 542.13. A Japanese spacecraft recorded massive bowl-shaped destruction in the cloud tops of the as it cut off at noon and that's what lies below. Busy before you, Trump gives way to caution and confusion. And I know a man was seriously injured when the e-cigarette exploded in the mouth, scorched his skin and knocked out 7 of his teeth. Flu cases are rising across the state with particularly high levels of hospitalization in East Central counties according to the Ohio Department of Health. Peter Chill News Time is 12:06 on this Wednesday afternoon. Time now for a sports report. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be taking on New York Knicks at the Garden. Game time, 7:30 p.m. in Boston. Boston will be in the Detroit taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Game time, 8 o'clock. And the Wheaton Lions men's basketball team will have a game against Emerson Lions. Game time is 7 o'clock. Toronto, Jose Bautista Stadium in Toronto Blue Jays after all. The 3-8 slugger agreed to an $18 million one-year contract with the Toronto Devils. Mutual options for more years aid. Personal knowledge in negotiations. The Pittsburgh Steelers are facing up non-tax to Toronto Fox on Sunday, taking on Tom Brady and New England Patriots that represent the AFC in Super Bowl 51. Faders again drilled the Clipper season, but blowing up would be useless at this point. And once again, the Celtics have a team watch to trade down on points with standing to get to catch on an asset to get governed and breaking them as last title contender. Peter Childers time is now 12:06 p.m. on this Wednesday afternoon, and it's time now for a traffic and transit report. Beep! Let's everyone to the subway system. It's looking good on the commuter rail and the ferries out looking good. Harbors and motorways of New England this Wednesday afternoon here, Interstate 91 southbound side. Expect up to 291 and Interstate 84 Harvard, Connecticut, but Massachusetts, Connecticut highways and Rhode Island highways out looking good. Route 101 westbound side. It is back to Interstate 95 in Hampton, 295 on the northbound side, back on the main turnpike all the way down in Portland, Maine. But Howard and Bowies, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, not looking good here. Interstate 89, both ends back from New York State 3, Schenectady. Keep your chill news time, 12:07 on this Wednesday afternoon, and it's time now for a weather report here. And take a look at radar, and it shows some spotty rain showers around the Providence area, stretching down Warwick and Newport, and stretching down South Coast, Massachusetts, and Bedford down to Wareham, and up to South Shore from Wareham to Plymouth, Marshfield, and Situate, and around Norfolk County, and stretching around the Boston vicinity, and stretching around Natick and Hudson and around Franklin. And seeing some spotty snow showers west of Schenectady and then down to Noyola, rain showers in the northeastern portions of Pennsylvania, and some snow showers north of Utica. And some spotty snow showers around between North and Pittsfield and west of Bennington, Vermont. And rain showers south of Newland, Connecticut, and south of Windham, and sleet and snow flurries south of Stafford, and some rain showers around northwest Rhode Island and Burrville. And up in North New England, seeing some snow showers around the Brunswick and the Portland, Maine areas, and Situate and Biddeford, and some sleet around Wells, snow around Summer, Maine, around Portsmouth, and some snow showers west of Maine, and the central and northern portions of New Hampshire, and then on the northwestern Maine, and some spotty snow showers west of Montpelier, and south of St. Albans, and north central Vermont. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For today, rain likely to drizzle before 2 p.m. There's a drizzle with a chest rain after 2 p.m. Chance of cloudy skies at about 39 degrees. Northwest about 9 miles an hour. Chest rain is 6%. New Pittsburgh between less than 10 inches possible tonight. There's a drizzle with a chest rain before 2 a.m. Then a slight chance of drizzle after 2 a.m. Cloud skies about 33 degrees. Northeast about 6 miles an hour. Chips coming northwest of midnight. Chest rain is 30% for Thursday. Cloud skies very most of the sun sky about 46 degrees. Northwest about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Thursday night. Fog clouds about 28 degrees. Northwest about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Friday. Put this in the mostly clouds about 43 about 31 degrees. Light of wind. Saturday, put this in the mostly clouds about 46 about 32 degrees. Sunday, put this in the mostly clouds about 40 about 32 degrees. Monday, chest rain, mostly clouds about 43 about 37 degrees. Chest rain is 40%. And for Tuesday, chest rain, clouds about 31 degrees. Chest rain is 50%. In Taunton, it's 41 degrees with light rain, fog, and mist. In Norton, it's 41, and in Mansfield, 40 degrees. And that's great for the Pizza channel. New news report on this. January 18th, 2017 on a Wednesday afternoon. Please have a good afternoon. Goodbye. See you at 4 o'clock. For 4 o'clock, we'll probably have a good afternoon.